Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist, and in today's Pick a Card, we are going to be finding out what Taurus season has in store for you. Now, as you can see here, I have one candle that is just about done burning down. I figured we could get started talking about Taurus season and some of the major transits, some of the major planetary shifts that are occurring, because this Taurus season has a lot of focus. There is a lot of activity going on. And as we talk about this, we're going to let that candle burn down. It is the third. I had one on each of my card piles and had the intention for peace, for clarity, and for inspiration, and had those candles infuse the cards. So that is what we're going to be asking Spirit to bring in for each of the piles today. But before we get into what your pile and your choice is, let's talk about Taurus season. So Taurus is the traditional ruler of the second house. And this says Taurus I have, and the second house is owning. So the second house is about your possessions, your material possessions, lending and borrowing. But it is also about your self-worth and your self-esteem. And so this is all about tapping into the other side of the Taurian energy. So Taurus is the bull, and a lot of people can think of the bull as being very stubborn. They dig their hooves in and they want to stay. And yes, that is true. They are an earth element. They're a fixed earth element, which means that they are about, this is the way it has to be, and I need stability, and I'm going to keep going forward. However, Venus is the ruler of Taurus, and Venus is about the flow of art and beauty and love and values. So in a big way, Venus is here trying to help loosen up what this natural Taurian energy is. And so you are able to see that it's okay to get yourself firmly rooted and firmly grounded into what you own within you, your sense of self-worth, your sense of self-esteem. Now, as the sun moves into Taurus, and the sun will be moving into Taurus April 19th, and it will be at 21:25, so that's, I believe it's 10, 11, no, 9:25 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So you can add or deduct hours based off of where you live. But the sun enters Taurus on the 19th. Now, when the sun enters Taurus, we're going to have an 11-day gap before we see the Taurian new moon. That hits on April 30th. Throughout much of 2022, each new zodiac season is opening with the new moon in the zodiac sign, and then it is followed up by the full moon in its oppositional sign. So we will also be seeing a full moon in Scorpio during this Taurian season, Taurus season. Not just that, but April 29th, right before this Taurus new moon, we're going to see Pluto start the domino effect of the planetary retrograde season. So Pluto will be stationing to go retrograde on the 29th. And as Pluto is such a slow-moving planet, it actually is going to appear to be stationary in the sky, I believe, until May 8th or so. I may be off by a couple of days, but I'm fairly certain that that was the date that was calculated, was May 8th is when we'll start seeing that backward trek in the sky. So we have Pluto stationed very still in the sky when we look up. On the 30th, we don't just have the Taurus new moon, we also have the opening of the spring eclipse season. So we have an eclipse in Taurus, a solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse in Taurus. Now, for most of the world, we're not going to be able to see this eclipse, but it does not mean that it will not impact us. And this is also a black new moon, which means it is the second new moon to happen in the month of April. And for those who are in Central Time and over, in the United States and down. I don't know the time zones very well below Mexico, so forgive me here. But for these time zones, this is actually going to be our third black moon of the first half of the year. And in fact, of the first quarter of the year. Or first third, rather. Third. Sorry. 12 months. My bad. So the first third of the year. So from January through to the end of April. We had 2 in January. There was no new moon in February, so that was a black moon month. And now we're having 2 in April. This is closing out that cycle and pattern. So during this time, the transits are going to be very powerful, with the eclipse hitting in an earth sign, the node being in the earth sign. We also have Pluto stationed in an earth sign in Capricorn. We have a lot of this very grounded earth energy. This is our chance to set intentions, to plant the seeds during this Taurus season, to have that stable foundation. We've all been working on healing it. We all have been diligently picking up the pieces of the things that have been coming out over the past, 3, 4, 5 years at least, and working to heal those wounded aspects of our root chakra. This Taurus season is really, really asking us to dig into it. During this, not just do we have Pluto going retrograde, we have the eclipse in Taurus. We also have, you know what? I actually want to say that the full moon in Scorpio is the lunar eclipse. Fairly positive on that one, which will happen in the beginning of May. We also have Mercury coming through, and Mercury is going to be stationing retrograde on May 10th in Gemini, and will be making its backward trek into Taurus again. So we also still have Uranus in Taurus, and we have the North Node in Taurus. And with the fact that Venus is sitting in Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, Venus is now ruling the charts. Now, anyone who knows, anyone who watches my channel, and you sat with me through the review of Venus retrograde and what a massive overhaul that was really to our internal value system, now you can see kind of where this is coming in and helping to hit within your chart, because you want to look at where Taurus is in your chart. With Venus as the ruler of Taurus, this is where you want to look. Now, there's also, and as I'm filming it today is the 16th of April, which means that today is actually the Libran full moon. Now, Venus rules both Libra and Taurus. So we are having all of this Venus energy really carrying with us over the course of this time. And Venus energy is she's not just about love in a romantic sense. She's about self-love. She's about self-worth. She's about self-value. She's about the things that you value within yourself and within the world, and what value you bring to the world, what value you find in others, and what value others show that they have in you, and whether or not that is aligned for who you are and what you are looking for in your life. However, Venus, when looking at Venus's retrograde patterns, you can really see her energy so beautifully, because they call it the petals of Venus. Now, Venus, for me, it's a star. She works in a star in her patterning, and she slowly but surely shifts this star so that she covers all of the zodiac, but she takes her time. She works through it. It's this methodical, beautiful unfolding. And the reason why they associate it with flowers is when spring hits, and Taurus is primary spring season, At least for me, I'm in the northern hemisphere. I just got 36 inches of snow. So, I mean, here's to hoping Taurus season is my spring. But when a flower is blooming, the outside petals will pop open first. And then the inside petals will come. And then it'll keep going out and out and out. And it just blossoms around. And if you think about that in slow motion, it's this beautiful unfolding and almost like spiral nature. And it is just, it's beautiful, synchronistic, everything. And that is how Venus energy is. She wants us to see that there is beauty in who we are, in the way that we move, in the way that we speak, in the way that we decorate our house, in the way that we dress ourselves, in the way that we look at ourselves in the mirror and say, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are worthy. And standing firm with those things. And this is Venusian energy. She wants you to see that whatever you do, whatever you create is a beautiful work of art. She wants you to see that you are a beautiful work of art. And with the sun representing the spirit and the moon represents the soul, with the sun representing the spirit here, you can see it's about how we come forward into the world. How are we going to harness this energy and bring it forward? You say, I have this within me. I have this trait. I have this quality. I have this fighting spirit. I have this drive and determination and knowingness within me that I own a soul and a spirit that is here, that is worthy, that is going to do something magnificent. And this is how I'm going to do it. And then you go for it. You just do it. You allow yourself to do so. It's about seeing things from a different light. We can look at all the positive aspects. We can look at the negative aspects. But ultimately, it's all about how it is that we come into the world. Now, Uranus sitting in Taurus during this time is also asking us to get inventive, to harness our inner genius. You know, every genius that we talk about in the world was seen as absolutely crazy. Think about Albert Einstein. He was a school dropout. Like, he was bored out of his mind. But every genius has had some sort of quirkiness, some uniqueness that made them who they are. And in their day and age, they were scoffed at. It was contention and pretension and all of those things. And did they care? No, because they were harnessing that Uranian energy of, this is how I see things, and this is how I'm going to be in the world, and this is how I'm going to share myself in the world. And it doesn't matter what came before me, and it doesn't matter what's going to come after. What matters is, this is me. This is me. And that is the energy right here, right now, that we're being called to harness, that we're being called to recognize within ourselves. Where is your inner genius residing, and what is it calling for you to bring forward into the world without any apologies for what you do and who you are? Because it is what you're meant to do. I think a lot of people see Uranus as, and even me, there are times where when I touch into the Uranus energy, it feels very much like the middle child stomping their feet and rebelling to rebel. But really, Uranus is about the original father of the heavens, Uranus, or Uranus rather. And he created the sky, and he created the Titans, and he created all of these things. He was the primordial father. He created with the primordial mother. And so he was the source, the start of everything. And the originator of anything is always going to be seen as different from everybody else. And in that aspect, look at Uranus in your natal chart, very similarly to how I see spirit when I channel. It's the origins. It's the beginning. It's the connection to the divine. Now, I do have many more theories, but that's for later times. But in this way, you can see that there is always ever present a connection between you and the higher realms, between you and your higher self, between you and spirit, between you and your destiny, to your calling, to your purpose, but also to you and what you want to do. And that Uranus energy is asking us to say, you know what, I'm going to flip on my side, I'm going to spin the wrong way, and I'm going to just do it my way. I'm going to do it my way because my way works. Do you think anybody could have told Spirit or God or the universe or Uranus, hey, you can't create it that way. Hey, you can't create this. Hey, you can't do that because it has to follow this rule. No, absolutely not. I walked by with his little drum and been like, I'm going to keep going to the beat of my own drum and you can keep going to the beat of your drum, but what you say doesn't faze me. This is what this is asking us to do, all of this energy. We get to get grounded into the reality of seeing our destiny and our purpose and the things that we've been working on really come into the world finally. This is going to give us this opportunity. And some of you may be feeling, and because I just got hit with this overwhelming, like I haven't really been doing anything. If you're sitting here and you're watching this, you've been doing something. You've been doing something. You know why? Because just sitting here and listening to this means that you are taking a step forward to understanding more, to understanding energy, to understanding yourself, to listening, to getting the guidance that you need, and to being one step closer to being who you're meant to be in this world, who you truly are within. It doesn't mean that you need to change who you are. It means that you need to harness who you truly are within and start bringing her or him out into the world. So being here is actually part of planting the seeds. And I say that because a year ago, 2 years ago, I was watching these. I was watching pick a cards. I was watching energy updates. I was watching all of these informational and guidance videos because I needed something to help me move my way through the confidence that I needed to listen and use my gifts for myself. We all go through different phases. That does not diminish the phase that you're in. So, we do have Taurus season coming up. And now that I have talked your ears off about the overall energy for the collective, I'm going to take these off. And, you know, I had stopped doing 4 piles. I really had, I swear. I stopped doing 4 piles because I'd always have issues with pile 4. So we're going to try it because the crystals called out to me very, very strongly. And they were very clear who wanted to be out here and who didn't. And this will come into being. So they talked to me and told me what they wanted. We're going to go with it. So we have pile 1 with a red jasper. Pile 2 with the, I believe it's orange calcite. Excuse me. Yep, orange calcite. Pile 3 with the green Amazonite. Nope. Aventurine. Sorry. Wow, guys, I'm struggling with my stones. I usually don't. And then we have pile 4 with the blue sodalite. So red jasper, orange calcite, green aventurine, and blue sodalite. If you are called to more than one pile, please feel free to choose multiple piles. There may be some overlapping messages or carry through messages for you. But remember that these are readings for a collective of people, for the whole collective. And as such, not all of the messages are going to be specific for each one of you. And I would strongly encourage you to use your discernment and don't try to make something fit if it is not meant to fit. So I will give you some time to look over the crystals, and I will see you at your piles. Hello, pile one. So you are my red jasper pile. And first of all, when I was sitting and getting myself prepared for this pile and tapping into the energy, I asked Spirit to show me kind of the essence of the people in this group, the essence of many of you had your inner child come out. I saw little boys with like wooden swords and pirate, like the little pirate patch on their eye and pirate hats, and going to the castle to fight the dragon. And then I saw these little girls on swings, and they were in this beautiful garden. And you know how you talk about the sultry summer weather, and it's almost as if you can feel and see you can see the moisture in the air as you can feel it. But it's the buzzing of the bees and the flitting of dragonflies, and I'm seeing hummingbirds just going from flower to flower, and I'm hearing honeysuckle in my head. And then it's like when you pour honey from a spoon and it just slowly comes down, and it's just the very essence of decadence. And it's almost as if this pile here, because you chose the red jasper, that these are things that you are needing here. And as I was gazing into my obsidian crystal ball here, I was seeing myself wearing sunglasses, and it's as though there's this deep nurturing energy that you get on those hot summer days. And the longer the winter can be, the more that you crave essentially the essence of the South, the warmth and humidity of the South, and the slow paddling fans, and the way that people take their time, how they move slow, front porch swings, and condensation dripping down a glass of ice water. It's this need to slow down, to get back to a different kind of essence, a different kind of being, a way that cuts down on the energy. And as I was tapping into your energy and feeling the essence of it, something that happened was the stone jumped out of my hands. Now, a red jasper is both a grounding stone, but it is also a nurturing stone. Some of you may have your Taurus in the 4th house, or depending on what house system you use, it may have your Imam Koli, or the lowest angle of where the sun hits on the zodiac wheel. Taurus may rule that in your chart. You may have a Taurian moon. Mercury is what I picked up through this. So 4th house, I see Mercury and the moon, because you have a very Cancerian energy to you, but with how the imagery came in, how vivid the colors were, how bright the sun was, how warm, and I could almost feel the humidity and breathe it in as though I was down by the ocean. The best correlation I have was when I was down in Florida, and you can just breathe in the moisture that's in the air, that humidity, and how freeing it is for someone with asthma, something like that. That air is so freeing to breathe in, the salt air. And it's like you need this breath of fresh air coming in. But as it jumped out of my hands, it's like your stress level has been so high, that you have had a hard time being able to breathe properly and see the beauty in anything and everything. And Spirit's coming through and saying, okay, this Taurus season is really helping you see what beauty there is in the world, again, but what beauty you contain within you, because your inner child is within you. And as such, inspires you to even just sitting down and imagining yourself in this area, in this way, can give yourself alleviation from the stress you're under. And the reason why I picked up so much Cancerian energy with you is that nurturing side. And if you have a Taurus moon, if your moon falls in Taurus, then Cancer actually is ruled by the moon. So your Cancer and your Taurus houses are intricately intertwined. That would put Cancer in your... it would put Cancer in your 6th house if you have it in your 4th house. So let's see what it is for my pile of wands that this Taurus season is bringing for you all. Spirit and spirit guides. We got that one that wants to pop out. I tried to even put my thumb over it and it wouldn't do. It was not taking. Can we see what pile 1 can expect this Taurus season? There are 2 here that wanted to pop out. Okay. I have another card here, Spirit. There you are. Okay. Remember what I said about you guys having this deep connection with the sun? That's what we have on the back of the deck. We have the sun card. The sun is about happiness. It's about joy. This is, most of the time, the back of the deck is what you don't see. But this is more so just Spirit confirming, you know, yes, this is something that you need. This is something that calls to you. This is something that is an important part of your life. So we're going to just take a look. This is going to be progressive throughout Taurus season. There's no definitive time frames on these, but these are just your major themes. So we have the Father of Cups or the King of Cups. Wow. Pile 1, we've got the Magician. Wow. The Empress. And the Empress is actually Venus's card. So she is the ruler of Taurus. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. Pile 1's Taurus season. What have you guys been waiting for? What the hell? What are you waiting for? I just keep hearing, what are you waiting for? Like, let's go, let's go, let's go. What are you waiting for? Because what I'm seeing here is in Taurus season, you're going to become far more balanced and understanding of exactly what it is that you're here to do and what you have been doing. The Father of Cups, the King of Cups, and this has been a repeating theme throughout the collective, but I haven't seen him in my readings in so long for any of my subscribers, which is so great to see. It's so great to see. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm so glad to have you because I am picking up some new energies here. The Father of Cups, the King of Cups, a lot of people say like he comes off, you know, the strong silent type, but to me, he's the one that you want to go to. He's the one that you know will always hear you out and understand your emotions. Even if he isn't as emotional as you are, he will hear it. He will understand. He will empathize. Not sympathize, but empathize with you. So in this sense, you guys are learning how to empathize without it deeply impacting you. You're learning how to have that emotional mastery finally. after all the stress and anxiety and weight that you've been under, you're learning that when you bring your emotions into balance, that you are able to see far more resources that you have available to you. And this energy of the magician, he harnesses the things that he has in the physical world. He harnesses the things he has in the ethereal world and the things he contains within. He harnesses his emotions. He harnesses the things that he can pick up in the physical world, such as a stone or a crystal ball, a candle, even just something simple like a deck of cards. You may harness a hammer and go and build something. That is what that physical nature is. And the swords here, you are harnessing your own mind. Instead of your mind going back down those spiral paths of negativity, you're learning how to take all of these things and meld them together. And as you meld them together, your inspiration grows and you move forward. And it all comes from you starting out with this energy of, I have learned emotional regulation. I've learned when to move and when not to move, when to let the emotions run through me, when to identify whether they came from me or came from an outside source. You have learned this level of, this is this and that is that, and it's like an identification. I'm seeing in my mind, butterflies kind of with pins in them and their names are underneath it, and then you turn the page. I don't know what it's called, but it's these identifications of, this is this and this is this and this is this, and it's like you're learning how to separate certain things and certain energies from your own energy, but you're also learning how to say, this is what this emotion is, and I understand it. I understand that it comes from here or it's from here, and that it does not have control over me, but that I respect it. And that's what this energy is. And as you do that, you learn how to harness more of what you have within you. And the Empress is about the roots. It's about fertility. It's about growth. It's about abundance. It's about creativity. At its core essence, it is this creative mother energy, this beauty, this brilliance. It is that sultry imagery that I got, because if you think about the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot Empress card, she is on a chaise lounge and she's got all this opulence around her as wheat grows in the background, and the trees are bright, and it's harvest time while it's also summer. It's this constant fertility and constant harvest and constant abundance, because she takes care of herself. She lays in the lap of luxury, but it is luxury in who she is. She's luxuriating in her own essence, her own beauty, her own ability to create what it is that she wants to create. And she does this, and this is why I love this card so much. She does this because she has planted deep, deep biting roots that keep her grounded in who she is. And this doesn't mean, this isn't gender specific. This is divine feminine energy. And you've got the crescent moon up here. And the crescent moon is about letting the divine feminine direct the divine masculine, letting the divine feminine have her time, have her turn, have her way of bringing things forward for you to grow, to magnify, to expand as you feed it to your divine masculine side of action. So this is about knowing that balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And that's what you get right at the end, this beautiful, harmonious balance. And you've got this, the two pentacles with the infinity around it. And it's literally like you have learned how to harness both energies, how to flow with both energies, how to allow both energies to come through. And for the things that are coming through and going on during Taurus season, for these to be the things that you're learning, it's absolutely beautiful. So Spirit, what else do we have for my beautiful, beautiful pile ones? What do we have for my pile ones? Okay. do a quick shuffle here. You know, I'm looking at this magician and I'm hearing my friend Amanda and something that we spoke about a leopard can't change its spots. And it's something that I hate saying because it's kind of like saying once a cheater, always a cheater, but some people have the ability to grow and change. But the thing is when you know the leopard that's within you, its spots have never changed. It's infinite. You are infinite. And the magician being represented by the leopard or the cheetah, it's about really movement, fast movement. It's knowing that you have this ability to move forward quickly and to harness all of the resources within you. So we have the turtle, the fish, the moth. This came up in the full moon, which doesn't surprise me, and the snake. Okay, the reason why the moth showing up in the full moon and then showing up again now doesn't surprise me is because the moth coming out during the full moon reading had everything to do with Libra and the Libran season, and Libra is also ruled by Venus. So we have this flow together. The fish is very much Piscean energy. So what you're seeing here is you're actually seeing all of the essence of this watery Piscean energy teaching you things. Now a turtle is seen as moving very slowly. You guys think about the tortoise and the hare. And the tortoise knows that it's going to take its time because the hare that goes gets tired. So this is about you having finally learned that this is not a sprint. This journey you're on, whatever it is that you're doing, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And because of that, you're learning how to flow finally. And this magician and the fish energy, to me, that is the way that Venus in Pisces is going to be coming forward. She's teaching you how to flow with the resources that you have to build the abundance that you desire. And it's calling you to recognize that your own beautiful uniqueness is what really makes you shine in the world. And the snake eating its own tail is just like the balance and the harmony. It's knowing that there is an ending and a beginning to everything. And the ending of anything is a transition back into a beginning of something else. A snake eating its own tail is called the Ouroboros. So we've got the desert and the venom. Okay, Spirit. What else? What else? We've got two more. The shadow and the siren. Okay. And on the back we have the mirror here. Okay. So what we have here is you guys have been on like this slow down portion. And the reason why you've been on this slow down portion is because you needed to learn, and this is what your past energy is. This is why you guys finally got to this point, why the Taurus season is going to bring you there. You guys had this slow down period where you felt like nothing I do is ever going to produce anything. I'm stuck in the desert and I'm reaching out for help, but nothing I do is ever going to produce anything. And it's that mindset that was literally the poison within you. That was the poison within your very own shadow. And you learned how to heal this. You know, when I talked about the honey, the opposite card to the venom is called the nectar. And the venom talks about, I think it's Shiva? Krishna? I can't remember off the top of my head and I don't want to pull the book out, but it's about sucking the venom out and holding it in your mouth, and you hold it and hold it and hold it and hold it until it turns into nectar, and then you swallow the nectar and you heal. And that's literally what you did. You were stuck in this state of nothing's changing, nothing's progressing, nothing's moving, and you took and you went directly to the source. You went to the bite, you went to the injury, you went to where the snake bit you, and you sucked the venom out. And you sucked it out because it was stuck in your shadows. What I'm seeing here, it's almost like bullet holes. You went and sucked all the poison out of each one of the holes. There's a scene in True Blood. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but there's a scene in True Blood in the second season where there was an explosion, and in True Blood, vampires get poisoned by silver. And so Sookie goes over to Eric and starts sucking the poison, the silver, out of him, out of his skin, because he can't move. It has him debilitated. That's kind of what I'm seeing, is you're sucking the poison that was put into you, whether that was by your own actions, whether that was by somebody else's words. For some of you, it was literally someone's actions. It was like an injection of poison and you needed to remove it. For some of you, it was like your own shadow injected you with the poison, injected you with the venom, because it was a test for you to see. Are you going to allow this to stop you? Are you going to allow this to slow you down? Are you going to see that you have what it takes within you to suck this out? And when you did that, you learned that your voice is like a siren song. It rings out, it rings pure, it rings true. Now, sirens get a bad reputation in my eyes because, in all honesty, sirens want to be heard. They want to be loved. They want their voices to be out in the world and to matter. And that, in that essence, so do we all. Do we not? We all want to be heard. We all want to know that what we say, what we think, what we feel, what we know, what we see matters. We want to know that it matters beyond ourselves. We want to know that what we're here to do, what we're here doing, is something that is worthwhile. Because as much as you can say that this life in this world is temporary, and so it doesn't matter one way or the other, it does. It always does. It always will. To those souls who truly, truly love this world, who love humanity, who love this journey that we always keep going through on a soul level, we go through over and over and over again. For those of you who are like me, who absolutely love this journey, no matter how challenging it is, and mine has not been a walk in the park, no matter how challenging, you want to know that as you sit here and you sing to the heavens your song, and I was going to say I don't mean sing literally, but some of you, yeah, I do mean sing literally. How many of you have been dreaming of being a singer, and you know you have this beautiful voice, but you hold yourself back because you think, well, I can't break into the music industry, or my voice sounds too much like, or my voice doesn't sound quite enough like, whatever it is. You're holding yourself back. Let your song be heard. Let your voice be heard. It is the gem of you. Some of you, this is simply about how you speak, because how you speak pulls people from the darkness. It pulls people from the depths. It pulls that poison out of the shadow self so that it can help heal that shadow self. Not just for yourself, but for others. And in that way, you do matter. It does matter. This Taurus season is teaching you what beauty it is for you to simply share your voice, to allow yourself to shed your skin, to be birthed anew, to flow, and seeing that it's okay to slow down when your emotions tell you to slow down, when the energy in the world tells you to slow down. For me, I am learning to live by a lunisolar calendar, which is what happened. That was the calendar that the ancients used. It's how I'm learning to live, because in doing this, I'm learning what energies are flowing where and how it impacts me and how it presents itself. And I am learning how to help share that energy with others. And on that note, I am working on a book for that I will be publishing towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, on the calendar year, because it's meant to cover for the lunisolar zodiac calendar. So we're going to get just a couple mindful messages that you guys need. So it says, food. What I eat fuels me. I eat the best foods accessible to me. I infuse my food with love and gratitude before eating, visualizing the nutrients I am consuming and the love that went into growing and preparing this food. Some of you may just really need to get like honey sticks. They have these tubes of honey, And just give yourself a chance to have some honey and to let it flow through you. Both of these? Yes. Okay. They want me to use that one last. So we have personal journey. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We are each our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. See, this is what I mean. It does matter. You want your journey to matter. It needs to be right for you, and that's that emotional mastery. You learn how to slow down, to use your resources, to pull that venom out, to say that, you know what, it does matter. My voice does matter. What I want for me does matter. This food thing, this is also about food for thought. What food for thought are you allowing into your space? Are you allowing to come in and to take control? What are you allowing in there? I know I talked about this, I can't remember which reading it was, but I talked about what I do with showers. You can also do that with food. See, my daughter is kind of lactose intolerant, and I may have told you guys this before, but we love mac and cheese in my house. We absolutely love mac and cheese. And so I found this amazing recipe for like 6 cheese mac and cheese from scratch, and then you bake it. And it was phenomenal. Like my kids just destroyed it. I loved it. But my oldest daughter is lactose intolerant. So I used Reiki energy, and I asked that this not impact her. And it was one of the only things that she's been able to eat with that amount of lactose in it that didn't negatively impact her. It's kind of like I wanted to say, you guys don't realize how much healing power you have just simply by setting an intention, putting your hands over something and saying thank you. You will get there. So we have expressing love. Today I notice the things I appreciate about the people in my life. I take a moment to send them love and to wish them well. My love is infinite, and it feels great to express it. And I heard express love for yourself. Express love for yourself. Many of you are very good at expressing love. You're very good at telling somebody, especially with this King of Cups card. You're very good at telling other people how amazing they are, how much you love them, how wonderful they are. But do you tell yourself that? Write yourself a love letter during Taurus season. Write yourself a love letter. Do something really ridiculous and write a love letter to food. Write a love letter to your feet. I'm a person, I hate feet. I absolutely can't stand feet. Like, I was a CNA, and during my CNA test, they knew I didn't like feet, so I had to do like putting socks on and foot care treatments, and I was like, okay, great. They knew it, so they picked that one thing to see if I would be able to hack it. Can you hack loving yourself? Of course you can. Of course you can. Don't fight with me on this. Of course you can. Absolutely. Because you know what? You're meant to love yourself because you are love and you are worthy of love. And you're learning that through this tempering, through this slowing, to allow your emotions to come through so that you realize that you're not in the shadow state. Let your voice be heard. And then we have present. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. So this is really talking about you in Taurus season, realizing that it's time for you to nourish yourself. It's time for you to love yourself. It's time for you to learn to love the journey that you're on and to talk about that journey. Express love in the way that you express love. You know what, guys? I'm not even going to lie. For my next book, I swear a lot. My carefully constructed persona that I built over the past 2 years, I let that crumble because it wasn't me. I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. And so this next book that I have, I am genuinely teaching you how to express love by speaking your truth, but speaking it without apologies, without fear of condemnation or ostracization or anything or anyone coming forward. It's learning how to use your voice to suck the venom out of the shadow and letting yourself be that way and express it in a loving way. It is learning how to feed yourself the things that are right for you. And I don't necessarily mean food. I mean food for thought. I mean the people that you're around. I mean the energies that you interact with. I mean the choices that you make for yourself rather than waiting for somebody else to tell you what choice you should make. Validate yourself, validate your life, validate your love. Speak your truth into existence, and don't say boo to anybody who doesn't agree with you. Say, you know what, this is how I'm going to do it because this is who I am. Pile number ones, man, oh man. As always, your readings always seem to go pretty long, and I do very, very much appreciate all of your energy. So thank you so much. I do want to say thank you to your guides and my guides, to spirit, to our higher selves, to our ancestors for bringing forth these messages, and for the energy that was brought in for my connection so I could bring these messages to you. Some of you, I just heard, need to get a little bit extra sleep. Don't worry that whatever it is that has been holding you back from adequate sleep is about to be alleviated for you. So you will be able to get some more sleep. And I do want to say thank you again one more time. If this resonated, please hit the like button. Go ahead and share it with your friends and family. Share it out on social media. Help get these messages out there to the collective. I am ever so appreciative for all of you who do that for me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. That is if you want to be notified. I know that I don't have my notifications on, so I don't judge. You guys will come to this when you need to come to this. Now, down in the description box are links to my 2 books, Chemistry with Kismet and What If. And What If. The book's name is And What If. So those links are down in the description box. You can go ahead and go check them out. They are available on Kindle Unlimited. They are available in ebook format, and they are available in paperback print on demand. And there is also a link to my program, Breaking Boundaries, Finding Freedom, which will help you come into your own self. Stop with the definitions and the labels and the masks that other people put on you, that you put on yourself based off of what you do for other people, and allow you to step into your personal journey. It is definitely a great program and would be perfect for you guys during this Taurus season. So go ahead and take advantage of that. There is that link down in the description box, and a 50% off discount code for you. You just type in the discount code and you get 50% off of that program. So definitely take advantage of that. And if any of you are interested in donating, the links are down in the description box. I want to say thank you for all those who have donated recently and those who continue to donate. Every video I put up, you guys are rock stars, and I am ever so appreciative of every one of you, because you help finance this channel, you help finance my business and keep me moving forward, and I am so appreciative of the generosity and the kindness you all show me. It is 33:33 on my timer, so that may be significant for you. So I do want to say thank you again one more time, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Hello, pile 2. So if you chose the orange calcite stone, this is the pile and the message for you. So as I was getting prepped for your pile, Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball came in, and I got this kind of tower energy sense, as if something in your life has just crumbled or has recently crumbled, and there's this emotional aspect of what you're going through now that is being cleared and cleansed out of you from this wrecking ball moment. So let's find out, because there's not a lot coming through, and I feel almost like there's some sense of resistance from this pile. Kind of like, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to look at it. It happened, it's done, but can you just shut up now? And no offense, like, I get that. I get that way. I've been there. So Spirit, can we see a little bit more? Let's find out what's coming now. Now that this tower has fallen, now that this moment has hit, this, I just changed everything. Was it the right thing to do? Did I make the right decision? Was I seeing things clearly? Because I feel like there's some haze going on. And you know, Neptune and Jupiter are together in Pisces right now. And there's this kind of expansion of this realization of the things that we have been deluding ourselves with, or we've been using as a cloak or as an illusion for certain things. And don't get too panicky. It's nothing major, but some of you may have made a decision that you're kind of questioning, you're kind of doubting. Did I do the right thing? Was this the right way to do it? So we've got the Four of Wands. So we're going to find out what Taurus season is ushering in after this moment for you guys. And there's no real time frame. This is just kind of how the energy is looking, how it looks like it's going to play out. And remember that these are collective readings and we all have free will and we all choose how it goes. So, okay, we're going to use these because I'm hearing a yes, but there's something about this grouping of cards that makes me feel just kind of like almost like I want to separate it. I don't know what it is for sure. Like a notion of separation. And I don't like the notion of separation at all. But there's something about these that makes me feel that, okay, 3 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and then the Ace of Cups. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, like I said, I felt this notion of separation. So, do you guys notice how it's bookended? Okay. There is this, it's almost as if there's energy on each side during Taurus season. There's energy here and there's energy here. And internally you have a different energy. Internally your heart hurts. Internally your head is spinning in circles. Internally you feel as though you are sad and you are lost. But on the outside, it's like you have this love, you have this joy, you have this beautiful whatever, beautiful relationship, beautiful marriage, beautiful anything, beautiful future. It's this difference between the inside and the outside is what I'm seeing. And this is what you're going to be going through during Taurus season, is learning how to balance this energy out, how to bring these aspects out so that you can actually see that the outside way that you present yourself, it can become your inside world, but first you have to look at what's inside. So let's get a little bit more information because this feels heavy. It feels heavy, but it feels heavy in a way in which it's almost as if you're creating the heaviness for yourself. We've got the Moth. And I keep hearing, I am hearing right now the book. Okay, so the Moth in the book talks about the pretty shiny objects. It's about knowing what is worth it and what isn't. Okay. Okay. You guys have a lot of the elements coming out. You've got all of them but water. What else, Spirit? This one wants to come out. Dragonfly. Okay, some of you may be from pile 1. If you are not, then this is actually, watch pile 1 after this, please. Because you're not quite seeing things clearly yet. So this feels a little bit like this is prior energy to pile 1, in which here you're learning about your internal emotions. You're learning how to harness those internal emotions, and you're learning how to actually adapt to what they are instead of following what is shiny, following what this person says or what that person says, what makes somebody else feel good versus what makes you feel good. The Deer especially the deer is a very nurturing energy. But if you think about the gazelle and the deer together, you have this sense of, I want to run away, I want to run away, I want to run away. And it's really saying, and then you have the other aspect that's like, no, can we please look at this? Can we please get this out of us? Can we please expel all of this from us so we can nurture ourselves completely and utterly? So I can see here and feel here that you guys have like a sacral chakra cleansing that is needed, that will be going on during Taurus season. So some of you may not have any Taurus in your chart. Some of you may have a Taurus in your life. Some of you may really, really detest Taurus. Is your mother a Taurus? See, but the mother energy here is that deer energy. That's that nurturing energy. So what you can do to move forward is allow yourself to really nurture your inner world. Let yourself learn how to reparent, learn how to mother, learn how to love yourself the way that you love your children if you have them. And then we've got the stone, and I can see this one right here wants to come out. And we've got the vision. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is throughout Taurus season, you're going to be learning how to bring all of that pain that was within you out into the light of day. You're going to be transmuting it into happiness, into joy, into success, into abundance, into a future. But it's about learning how to do the work the right way for yourself, learning how to be the mother for yourself, learning how to nurture yourself, learning how to know what it is that you want for you, and allowing the time, the pressure that needs to happen to bring forth the gem of who you are. A lot of these talk about, you can see the triangle, the triangle here, we've got the mountain here, and this actually alludes to the mountain card, which is all about going internally to the cave and knowing inside that cave, that's where the truth is, that's where the gem is, that's where the pearl of who you are is. So this is all about learning how to allow for the pressure that you feel is weighing you down. It's like going to the abyss of the ocean. The further down into the abyss, the more that pressure goes against until something collapses. So you've had all this pressure coming at you. And this carefully constructed facade of who you were and who you presented out to the world, who you thought your life was or how you thought your life was going to be. You're afraid that that carefully constructed facade is going to crumble. And it is. It is going to crumble, but it's going to crumble in the way that you need to, because you need to see that the bookends are actually how you're meant to be. But you have to nurture that inner self, that inner you. Instead of running from it, from one shiny object to the other, allow yourself to nurture it, because as you nurture it, it will transform, and then your vision of who you are and what you want is going to come forward. I genuinely, pile 2, I genuinely did not expect that your reading was going to go the way that it has. But whereas pile 1, I got like tortoise energy. With you guys, I am catching hare energy. And what I'm hearing is that you need this short and sweet, because it's not about you not having the time. It's about you not knowing how to sit still right now. The gazelle energy is really strong, because the longer that you sit still, the more you feel the pain. And even like, see, I'm fidgety when I'm touching your energy, and that's not normally, I mean, I can be, but that's usually how I channel into my cleaning. So I have recharge. I invite magic into my life always. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I am ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. Okay, see, this is about, what is it that you nurture yourself with? What is it that recharges your batteries? This talks about going outside and recharging, but maybe for some of you, it's about taking a hot bubble bath. It's about drinking a cup of warm tea or hot coffee, or it's about eating that donut that you want to eat, but the spiritual community says you can't, or I can't eat carbs, or whatever. Sometimes you need to let yourself enjoy the things that you love. And if you have children and you want to give them a treat and you go out and you get them donuts and you get them a treat, are you going to treat yourself with a donut? Or are you going to say, well, I can't because I'm this old and it goes to my hips, or this or that? What is it that you feed yourself in your mind? What is it that you tell yourself you can and can't have in your mind because you're the adult? Now think about how you would be if you were your own child. Like, how are you going to treat your child? If you take your child out for a date, are you going to treat yourself while you're out on the date, or are you just going to spoil the child and then not do anything nice for yourself? It's about the balance between the two, because you're learning how to reparent yourself. So you're using your own ability to parent to reparent yourself. All right. So let's get one more for you guys. Or two more. That happened in pile 2 as well. So we have fuel. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself just as much as I do for others. When I make sure I am taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you recharge, when you give yourself, when you mother yourself, when you parent yourself, when you love yourself, the vision that you have of yourself clears up. The more pressure that you're under, the deeper you dig through that pressure, the more perfect the diamond of who you are will come out. So we have follow my joy. Today I will write down 10 things that I enjoy doing, the things that make me feel good and raise my mood. Then I'll pick one, or as many as I feel guided to, and go do it. When I am having fun and enjoying life, I am in a state of allowing for all that I desire. When you're in this middle energy, this internal energy that I feel, it's very hard to even identify what brings you joy. And I get that 100%. And especially when you're holding up a facade of this is how my life is and this is how joyful my life is, when it's not the truth. And you don't want anyone to see the truth, so you won't allow anybody to call you out, so you cut them out of your life. It's understandable to be afraid of that, or to not be able to say, this brings me joy, or to say, I don't know what brings me joy. List the things that used to bring you joy, or list things that you think might help bring you joy. And then try something. And if it doesn't work, try the next thing. And if it doesn't work, keep going, keep moving forward. When I get into this state where I struggle so much with my emotions, I don't want to do yoga, and I don't want to meditate. I want to eat junk food and watch crap movies and crap TV and not talk to anybody. I want to cry. I want to weep. I want to piss and moan about my life. And I let myself do that for a short amount of time. Just like you would let your child have a temper tantrum to let them cry it out, because sometimes that's just what they need to do. Sometimes you need to let yourself have a temper tantrum and cry it out. And then pick up the pieces and put your big girl or big boy panties on and walk forward. And know that you have a vision for your life, and that vision is yours to make of what you will. You are the one that will make it what it is, because you are the gem, the stone. Any and every amount of pressure being put on you is going to come into its own shiny nature for you if you allow it. Finally, we have unlimited. I create my reality with the thoughts I think and things I focus on. I am unlimited in my ability to create a beautiful life full of good and love. Sorry, I got caught up on the way that was worded. If you guys look here, you literally have all the chakras. This is about balancing. It's about harmonizing. It's about coming into harmony so that you can have that happiness that you want. It's about letting go of the things that have hurt you, the pains that you have experienced, and knowing that it's okay. Whatever it is that happens during Taurus season, and I am very, very hesitant to say any kind of prediction here because I am tapping into your emotions. And I am not going to influence you one way or the other in what your actions are, because your actions right now are not necessarily aligned with your truth. When you have the dichotomy of this internal nature with the external projection that you're putting out there, your actions are not always true to you yet. And that's okay. That's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's a learning curve. It's a learning journey. And we all do that from time to time. We all get into that state from time to time where we're acting in a way that isn't right to us, that isn't true to us. And it's okay. It's okay to be that way. It's okay to go through these things and endure these things and expel these things from you. It's okay to do that. It's okay. You are okay. It's also okay to explain that to the person or people that you may have pushed away, that you may have lashed out at, that you may have hurt, that may have hurt you. It's okay to do that. It's okay to not do that. Do what you need to do for you, because it's time that you take care of yourself. And as you do that, you're going to see this transformation occur. But this transformation will occur because you're loving and living for you finally. You're doing the things that you need for you. And don't do that apologetically. Do that completely and utterly unapologetically, because it's what you deserve. It's what you deserve. You deserve the love that you give to others, so give it to yourself. You deserve to be joyful and be happy and have everything that you want in life, so allow yourself to do those things, to follow those paths. You are unlimited. Choose what it is that you want to be unlimited in your life, and just go for it. Go for it. Okay, pile 2. This is all I see for you guys. I love you so much. My heart goes out to you. I know the stress. I know the anxiety, but you will get through this. You will get through this. And I will be here to keep helping and bringing messages for you when you struggle and need clarity. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your guides, to my guides, to Spirit, to our ancestors, and to our angels and ascended masters. Thank you so much for facilitating this conversation and this communion of energies and spirit. And thank you so much for pile 2 and the guidance and the love that you have surrounding them right now as they're going through all of this. Pile 2s, thank you again so much for being here. If this video resonated, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family, share it on your social media. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell up in the corner so you don't miss any of my upcoming readings. And if you go down to the description box, you will see links to my books, as well as my course, Breaking Boundaries, Finding Freedom, which will help get you out of this energy and recharge yourself by knowing who you are and knowing how unlimited you are. And there is a 50% off discount code down there, so you can go ahead and use that. And if you would like to donate to my channel, the links are down in the description box for any and all of those who have donated and continue to donate on a regular basis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much, and my heart is so full from you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the 3rd stone, you chose the green aventurine. And as I was getting prepared for your pile, the first song that I heard was Bullet with Butterfly Wings by Smashing Pumpkins going through my head. The world is a vampire. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. And it was like I needed to listen to Nirvana and Pearl Jam and, early Weezer, Say It Ain't So kind of stuff. I was getting this essence of fuck it energy of, I have put up with a lot of shit. I put up with a lot, and I am at the end of putting up. And this pile especially, you're not even in a state of like despair or destruction. It's almost as if you see the tower and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to kick this shit over. Excuse my language, but that's the energy that I'm getting from you. I don't know if Aries season like really ran a train through you guys, or what's going on, but that is really, really firmly what I'm feeling is like it's you against, and it's not even you against the world. It's like you against some former notion of how your life was supposed to be, or what you expected of yourself and what other people expected of you, when you just are kind of at the point of like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is not how this is going to go. Like, this is my limit, and if you do not respect that limit, I'm done kind of energy. And I can feel this end of the road energy from you guys. And the funny thing is as I was pulling the stones, I never in a million years would have said that was the energy that I was going to get from this stone, because you have a heart chakra stone. I expected it to be soft and gentle, and no, this is like grunge energy, like straight up grunge energy. Let me put my combat boots on and I'm going to kick some doors in. I'm going to kick some faces in. I'm just going to kick it all in. I'm going to kick the world in. There we have it right there. The Tower card. All right. So let's get into this, ladies and gents. Oh my goodness. My pile 3 is, you know what? I almost think that this Tower card is kind of like, yeah, I know, because I'm doing it and I'm bringing it, and I'm hearing they had better watch out. They had better watch out. As though, and it's not, I'm not getting like a revenge energy or a threatening energy, but it's like the world had better watch out, because you know what? It's no holds barred anymore. I am taking no prisoners. This is how it's going to be, and screw anyone in the world who says otherwise. And we've got the Father of Cups. Oh, this is interesting. This is really interesting, because I actually saw this in another pile, but you guys have completely different energy, and I don't think you're connected at all. But this is a whole new different side of the King of Cups than I've ever felt before. And then we've got the Father of Wands. Whoa, that is the King of Wands. What did you guys do? The Two of Wands. Like I said, this is about your future. This is about, like, this is what it's going to be. This is how it's going to go. And look at this. We've got the Ten of Swords, and this Ten of Swords is literally into a bull. So this is like you saying, you know what, screw this stubborn ass energy. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to go. So you guys really are in a state of like emotional and an inspirational clarity in your life. You guys know your power, and you guys have whatever it was that you tore down, that you kicked down. And seriously, it's the combat boot thing. I'm seeing like a teenage girl, and granted, I'm envisioning my daughter Izzy just because this is her style of clothing, but it's kind of like when she was at the point of, you know what, enough is enough. And she texted her dad and she's like, I don't want to see you anymore. This is enough. Like, I have had enough of your manipulation. I have had enough of this situation. I am not going to sit here and listen to you blame me for you hitting me, for you hurting me. This is that energy. This is you have finally seen the light of day about you and your worth, and the shit that you have put up with, and the shit that people have put on you, and the shit, all of it. You have gotten there. You have hit that point, and you're saying enough is enough, and I'm not doing this anymore, and I know my worth. And if you can't come and meet me at the table as an equal, I'm not doing this anymore. So this is my standard. This is my gold medal. And if you can't meet me here, I will go elsewhere, because that's what I deserve. And this isn't about, normally I'd say this is so egotistical, and a lot of people would say that, but I don't get that energy either. This is literally like you have learned your worth. You've learned your emotional worth, but you have learned your worth in the world. You have learned what the true nature of what it is that you bring to the table. And you're saying, this is what I bring to the table. And if you can't meet me here, then I have this future that I'm going into, and I'm not going to hold myself back from it. I am moving into it. So your Taurus season, either some of you may have literally torn something down all the way down to the foundation and just dug it up and said, screw this, like yanked out. I'm seeing like yanking out the roots, just yanking all the roots, like you're gardening, but you're gardening your internal world. You're gardening the shit in your life that you don't want anymore. You're pulling all that excess out and you're saying, I'm done. And you're doing this in a completely different energy than you have before. Before, you may have been somebody who's been very soft. You've broken down, you've cried, you've said, okay, this is whatever. Or you've tried to reason your way through things. You've tried to anything. And now you're literally saying, this is my boundary, this is my line. And if you cross it, we're done. And then somebody put a half a toe over your boundary line. Half a toe. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Less than my thumb. Less than my thumb. Less than my thumb. Just like this much. Like right here. They put that over your boundary line. It wasn't even anything major. But the thing is that the person did it intentionally. And you knew the person did it intentionally. It was this, watch me push this person's buttons. Watch me cross this line because I know I can. And they did it. And you said, no, this is not how it goes. I put this line down and this is my line. If you can't respect it, we're done. And you stuck to your guns and they didn't believe you. And you literally tore it out from the root. Whoever it was in your life, you tore them out of you from the root and tossed it. And it's not like, oh, I just tossed this person aside. No, it is you gave this person time and time and time and time again to change, to make a move, to make the effort, to make the decision, to commit, to get into this, to respect you, to respect your boundaries, whatever it is. And it's different for all of you. I'm seeing a multitude of scenarios. Some of you, this may have been with friendships. Some of you may have had this with a sibling. Some of you with a significant other. Some of you with parents. I'm seeing a lot of friendship ones where it's like you finally opened your eyes and realized that a friend was taking advantage of you, that a friend was using you for their own benefit, for their own emotional needs. And you said, I'm not doing this anymore. And you walked away. But most of you, this is just kind of applicable for anything and everything. It's like this firm, energetic boundary that is like, I'm never doing that again. I am never going through that again. And this time, and as many times as you've said that before, this time, you mean it in an absolute manner. You mean it in an absolute, this is how it's going to go, and this is what I bring to the table. And if you aren't meeting me there, I'm done. And it's across the board. This goes for anyone and everyone. It doesn't matter whether it's blood or marriage or chosen family or anything. You're literally at the point in your life, in your journey, where you're like, this is my worth and I am here for something, and that matters. And if you can't see that, kick rocks, buddy. I'm ridiculously impressed. I am ridiculously impressed. Because I can feel the goodness of your heart. I can feel how genuine you are, which means that I can feel how much you have given and given and given and given to these situations and to these people and gotten nothing and received nothing back. I can see this, and I can see how much you've told yourself, you know what? I got this and I got that, and they did this and they did that, and it's breadcrumbs and cookie crumbs, and you're following this trail of what they want you. It's not even necessarily that they wanted you to believe that it was enough, but you wanted to believe that it was enough. Excuse me. You wanted to believe that it was enough because of love. Okay, that one definitely. And that one. Not those. Okay. So we have the swan, the elk, the hummingbird, and the whale. Okay. So again, like the tower fell and you guys did this massive transformation of self. And the going into from the swan into the elk is literally like you have transformed who you are and what your worth is, and you have turned that into owning your divine masculine essence and owning who you are here in the world, and knowing that you're firm and solid and grounded and rooted in who you are and what your worth is and what you're going to do in this world, and you know that you are going to do that. So you're not going to waste any time anymore. All of these cards are quite literally confirming everything, because as you can see, the swan, they have this mirror reflection. So you started seeing yourself in other people, or they started recognizing some sort of aspect within themselves in you, and you didn't like that aspect, so you changed it, you transformed. But you know, the ugly duckling and story, the ugly duckling gets picked on and made fun of and used and abused and mocked and is worthless and unloved and unlovable, whatever. All of these mindsets that the ugly duckling has, and then it goes off on its own and it does its own thing, and it transforms into the freaking swan. It transforms into the most beautiful bird there is, per the story. I may be a little bit biased, but I love owls. They're my spirit animal, and I think they're gorgeous. They speak to my soul. But you guys understand what I mean. You have taken all the ugly parts of yourself, all of those things, and you have transformed it, transmuted it, so that now when you look in the mirror, you see your own true beauty. You see your own true worth. And you have grounded yourself in that knowledge, in that loving nature to yourself. And so now you know that you have this inspiration, and you know exactly where to take it and exactly where to go with it. And you also know that I have the ability to get up and to move quickly, because if you're not going to meet me at the table, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm going into my future, and I'm going to sing my song. And your ancestors are saying, hell yes, it's about damn time. It is about damn time that you step into you, because they have been waiting for you to do this. They have been waiting for you to realize your worth, to know that you are here to break all of those old patterns that they couldn't do. They've been watching on the sidelines, waiting for you to do this. And they are saying, it's about damn time. Way to go. Like, I'm seeing an amphitheater with a bunch of people sitting in the amphitheater, and they're all like, yeah, woo! And like streamers and confetti and glitter and like massive chaotic cheering and celebration for what you've done, whatever it is. Just these? Okay. Oh, there's a hidden one. Okay, so we have the father, the warrior, and the comic. Okay, so I love these. I love these together. Okay, so like I said, this is some sort of divine masculine healing that you've done. And the warrior energy to me has always been this divine feminine energy. And it's almost like your divine feminine took control and went in and pulled that divine masculine within you out and was like, hey, like shaking your divine masculine and like, hey, let it go. It's time to move on. And you see, we've got the father card, and I literally talked to about my daughter and her father. And you know what I'm getting from this is you've learned how to see masculinity in a completely new light, because not all masculinity is toxic. Not all femininity is soft and gentle. You are learning how to do this. And as you do this, the comic card is really saying that you're learning how to just laugh at the sheer fuckery of the situation and say, you know what? I've done this shit well long enough, and I'm not going to do it again. And I love how we've got so many colors here towards the end of Taurus season for you guys. It's like Taurus season is going to start off with this hell of a bang for you. It's going to start off with this bang for you, and it's going to make you fight. It's going to make you come to grips with who you are and what your worth is. We've got inspiration board. If I am ever feeling down or bored, I spend time creating a vision board to place in my home. I fill it with quotes, pictures, and desires that bring me inspiration and joy. So I don't have an inspiration board myself, but I do have an inspiration closet that it's right over here in my office. And I bought a deck of cards, and I made my own version of the major arcana cards just when I was studying it for myself. And then I have another Rider-Waite tarot. So I have those pasted up or taped up all over my wall. But I also have a whiteboard calendar that has different quotes on it. So one of the quotes it has are, words are, in my opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. And that's by J.K. Rowling. And that actually was something that I did when I started writing my first book, Chemistry with Kismet, was I put up quotes everywhere. I put up Carl Jung quotes. I had J.K. Rowling, William Wordsworth, just a variety of different authors, their quotes up on my wall. And I would use those as the inspiration to keep going. I would read to keep going, to keep feeling that sense of kinship with other authors. Oh yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing the same thing they were doing. It's not the same thing, but it felt like a kinship. It felt like a community. And at that time, that's what I needed. An inspiration board, it doesn't have to be what they talk about with vision boards. It just needs to be something that you can see on a regular basis that makes you keep going. Even if it's just the picture on your cell phone. Okay, so let me show you here. I have this image on my cell phone, and it's beautiful. To me, it's about how even out in nature, we can find these transitional moments. So it doesn't matter whether you are in the middle of chaos or if you're in the middle of the most serene forest, you're going to find a transition moment. So why not make your transition moments right where you're at? Why go somewhere for it? Why try and seek it out elsewhere when you can make it where you're at? Kind of thing. So I see that every single day. And it's a kind of make the most of everything. Make the most of who you are. Make the most of the life that you live. Make the most of everything that you want. Now is time for you to allow yourself to make the most of it, because you know what your worth is and you know what you're going to do, and moving forward, you know that this is what I want. This is who I want. This is who I am, and this is who I deserve, and this is what I deserve. And so now it's time to move forward with that. Now it's time to keep going. You have torn shit down and burned shit to the ground and said, okay, this is enough. Enough is enough. And now it's time to get inspired. And now it's time for you to change how you work and how you move through the world. Now is the time for you to do you. You do you, boo. You do you. I have nothing. Casting spells. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe, I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. Exactly this. Exactly this. You guys chose to stop being the victims. You chose to say no more of this. This is who I am, and this is my worth, and I'm not doing this anymore. And don't look too much into the spells thing. I know I kind of felt like this. I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch. You know what? We're all witches. We're all magic. Magic is everywhere. I just saw 2112 on my clock, which is a mirrored number. And we've got the swan with a mirror. So a lot of this may be a lot of confusion in projections that you're getting. But you're learning how to see beyond those things finally. You're learning how to get out of that. You're learning how to say, this is my life and this is what I want and here I go. And as soon as you say that, you're throwing up the most powerful intention to the universe. It's like me sitting here and saying, you know what, universe? I love doing my tarot readings. I am here for it. I am here to co-create. I am here to collaborate. I am here for the collective. And I'm tossing it out there, and I am going to make a difference with the collective. I set that intention every single time I make a video. Every single time I post a video. It doesn't matter if it reaches 1 or 1 million. Do I want to reach 1 million? Hell yes, I do. That would be so cool. But one person and I changed their life. Why do I change their life? Because I give them the power to change their own life because they finally see it for themselves. Am I being egotistical or am I knowing my worth? I am empowered and I know what I am here for. This is you stepping into this energy, stepping into this is what I'm here for. This is who I am and this is what I'm going to do. And you have the whole of the ancestors and your spirit guides and spirit on your side. They have your back. They are ready to go to battle with you, for you. And really, truly, all you need to do is just keep going. And we have food. What I eat fuels me. I eat the best foods accessible to me. I infuse my food with love and gratitude before eating, visualizing the nutrients I am consuming and the love that went into growing and preparing this food. Now, I've talked about this before, but this is about not just the physical food that you put in your body, but it's also about the food for thought, what you tell yourself, what you tell others, what you allow others to tell you about yourself. This is about you saying, this is who I am and this is my worth and this is what I'm going to do. And you keep saying it over and over and over and over again, but you're saying it to yourself because you are empowered and then you take directed action directly afterwards. You, in this Taurus season, what you're doing here is you're literally changing the entirety of your life because you're saying, fuck this, I know my worth and I'm stepping into my power. And you have learned to balance your divine masculine and divine feminine so that they are literally mirrors of each other in the best way possible. And I am freaking impressed. So pile threes. This is all I'm seeing. You guys are so damn impressive. And thank you so much for your energy, but thank you for what you do for yourself, for your family, for the world. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. If this resonated, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family. If you want to share how freaking awesome you are, you really should. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Down in the description box, you will also see links to my books, Chemistry with Kismet and What If? Concepts Challenging the Norm, both of which are available for you on Amazon, Kindle, and Kindle Unlimited. And below that link, those links, you will also find a link to my program, Breaking Boundaries, Finding Freedom. There is a special going on right now for 50% off. And if you go ahead and look down there, I actually included that 50% off code. It is a program that will help empower you. Not that you guys need it, but maybe you guys could use that extra little cleaning out, or you know somebody who could use this program. Feel free to share it. The more people that I reach with my programs, the better the more that I don't know. I guess it's just more that I really want other people to be helped by my programs. And I think that you guys can understand that because it feels very much like you have something within you that really wants to help other people. So if you're so inclined, please share that link out. Now, for those of you who have been donating to my channel, those of you who continue to donate, and any of those who are interested in donating, the links are down in the description box. And I do want to say thank you to everybody who support and love my channel. It fills my heart and my soul every time I sit here and read for you guys. When I hear about the synchronicities, when I get these comments from you guys and this feedback, it really fills my soul. And it always amazes me. Because I never know whether I'm actually just talking about life or whether you guys are experiencing these things. And that confirmation. I think every psychic likes that confirmation. It's not that we need it. We just really enjoy knowing that we're picking up your energy accurately and that we have helped open your eyes to who you truly are within, because that's what we all want. We all want to empower each one of you to be your own psychics, to be your own advocates, to be your own warriors. So thank you again, Pile 3. I am so honored to sit here with you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to your guides and my guides, to Spirit, to the universe, and to the ancestors, and anybody else I may miss, you know, the general whole gratitude thing. I am so grateful for being here and for working with you guys. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye. Hello, Pile 4s. So if you chose the 4th stone, you chose the blue sodalite stone. And I'm not going to lie, your pile is arguably the most emotional pile that I have touched into. There's just kind of this sadness, the sad kind of flow of energy, emotional feel that I am picking up from your pile. And it's not necessarily a current situation. It's more, I'm hearing like 5 years ago. Perhaps something happened by water. Trigger alert. Some of you may be healing from someone drowning. Alternately, some of you may have had an intention of taking a step forward in something, or taking a step away from someone or something. And it's like you held yourself back and you blinked and you opened your eyes, and all of a sudden it's 5 years later, and you're kind of wondering how you got where you are. And there's this kind of sadness of like, how did we fall so far, and how did I become this person that I just don't recognize anymore, and how do I find myself again? And that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up from your pile, and that's the energy that you're walking into Taurus season with. So let's find out. Let's ask Spirit and your guides and ancestors to please give us some clarity on what it is that Pile 4 can expect in their Taurus season. We know what your energy is right now, but let's find out what we can expect for you moving forward. Pile 4s, I think you guys need to take a deep breath. There's an almost panicky energy that I feel. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away is what I'm hearing in my head. Like, I gotta go, I gotta get out. I can't breathe, I can't be this person. I gotta get out. Of course you guys saw that, but we're gonna give some, okay. Oh, so you guys are the only pile that got 5 cards. I'll move you up there. Okay. Okay. So we have the High Priestess, the Mother of Cups. How long have you been seeing this coming? The Father of Swords. You have known this has been the case. The Strength card. Oh, your Taurus season looks beautiful. And the Father of Cups. Okay, honey. Your gifts are a part of you. They're a part of you. You can't run away from it. What you've seen, what you know, what you're here to share, you can't run away from it. It's a true strength. It's a true balance. So you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to fear. It's 5 years later, and you are becoming who you're meant to be. And you've been seeing it coming for a really long time, and now it's time to shift. And Taurus season, you've seen this massive change and this massive transformation that it's kind of like... You know what I pick up? It's like you've been watching the spiritual community and you're like, you know what? I'm a spiritual person, but I don't know that I've been through a Kundalini awakening. And because I don't know I've been through a Kundalini awakening, I'm not really sure if I relate to a Kundalini awakening. Does that mean that I'm not a spiritual person? Does that mean that I'm not awakened? Does that mean I don't have gifts? Does that mean that my gifts are fake? Like all of this, that's the energy that I'm picking up. this swirling. And as you can see, like the two most psychic cards were the very first cards. It's literally saying, yeah, you are. Like, this clarity is coming in for you because there's this strength that's saying, okay, it's time for you to have your partner. It's time for you to have your balance. It's time for you to understand that you are both light and dark, to know that you are strong enough to tame the beast within, to tame the beast of your mind, and to see that the future that you envision is okay. It is true. Wow, you guys. Like, you guys are seriously some powerful psychics. Some intensely powerful psychics. You guys are, this is why my pile fours never record, because I get this like holy shit energy from you guys, and it's almost like you guys blow out all of my electronics. Can you guys just like be my best friend? Like, you guys just, I'm just very impressed. So Taurus season is really helping you open up to your gifts. It's helping you see all of what you are. And yeah, it's been 5 years. Yeah, it's been 10 years. Yeah, you may have woken up one morning and suddenly you're like, who the hell am I? What the hell am I doing with my life? And it could have just come on all of a sudden. That happens. That happens on this journey. Don't question the things that you know are true for you. It's like, don't question it because you know it's right. You are right. It's fine. You're right. Like, you're right. It's fine. You're right. We've got the moth. See, your cards just kind of want to fly everywhere. The nightingale. It's time for you guys to shine in the world, to sing your voice, to use your voice. The dragon, and to be creative. This is the divine masculine and the bear. Spiritual slumber. Okay, so you guys have been in this state of like quiet solitude. And it may be that you don't think that you've been in a quiet solitude, but you have. It's kind of like an energetic solitude. Oh my gosh. You guys have some chaos energy going on here. Welcome to my land. Welcome to my world. This is like, you guys remind me of my own energy quite a lot. So there's some deep creativity going on, but it's like you've been in this spiritual slumber state without realizing that you're still in a slumber state. And so you've been like, hey world, hi world, here I am. But the world is not responding. Taurus season, that's changing. That is like hardcore changing in Taurus season. The nightingale is the bird that sings its song. It's so unique to itself, but it can also mimic other birds, I believe. But the nightingale's song lights up the night just like the full moon lights up the sky. So you are like that shining full moon. And we're getting moths completely, like, consistently across the board. So this is definitely collective energy saying it's time to become who you are and to know that your own uniqueness is what is needed in the world, but also to stop looking at all the shiny things and start focusing on you and what you need. And when you start singing the song of your truth, and you do this in your own creative way, in your own creative expression, you really do bring forward exactly what you need to do. And this bear, it's literally spirit is saying, okay, it's time for you to come out. Whether you have been keeping yourself in a spiritual slumber or whether the divine has been putting you there, it's time for you to come out of your cave. So whatever it is that you do in Taurus season, on the cusp of Taurus season, I'm actually seeing like from the full moon on, and now today, the day that I'm filming this is actually the full moon in Libra day. So anything that you do right now, anything that get released, anything like that, it's going to have like a double, triple potent, powerful effect. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm taking the steps here. I'm planting the seeds here. I'm trusting that I'm meant to come out of my cave. So whatever, like you guys, by the time I get this video posted, the full moon will be over. We'll still be in the energy, but the full moon will be over. So I want you guys to look back at that full moon time frame. April 16th of 2022. And this is going to be a timeless Taurus reading, so you can apply it to whatever year you find it. But I want you to actually look back at this specific moon phase in April 16th of 2022 and see where you were, see what was going on. Because some people will find this in 5 years' time And you're going to go, how the hell did you know all of this? Time doesn't matter. It's not linear. It's whatever. It's whatever. But some of you, many of you will pick this up very soon. I want you to think back to this moon. What did you do? What were your thoughts? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? How did you share? Because you're going to watch some sort of transformation occur in Taurus season like you've never seen before. I mean, like, you're going to sit down. I'm seeing people, like, I'm seeing someone sit down and look at their life with this, like, dopey, happy grin on their face going, how did I get here? How did I get here? So you know how in the beginning, the energy I was picking up was like, how did I get here? You are literally flipping it to the exact opposite energy. So we have the Starborn, that's 3, which is Empress energy. Then we have the River. Oh, see, that's what it was. And the Comic. Okay, so you guys learned how to find the comedy in literally anything, but you learned how to kind of find give other people something to laugh at. It's this essence of kind of sarcasm mixed with satire, mixed with dry humor, mixed with just a little bit of not actual, but sounds kind of like self-deprecation. You're not actually being hard on yourself, but you're just being kind of real. It's kind of like me, where I'm like, okay, the spiritual journey is not candy cane and roses. It is not any of that bullshit. But you know what? It's worth it. It's worth every step of the way. I actually talk a lot about that in my upcoming book, Something Spiritually Catchy. Don't miss it. I will let you guys know. I just saw 1111. Some of you may be having an actual spiritual awakening that you've been questioning whether you've had one or not, and you're not going to know what to do with yourself. The Starborn is really about you coming out of the egg. It's the egg has cracked open. It's time for you to be birthed. It's time for something to be birthed. But it's kind of like you were born to be a star. That's what I always get from this card. And you can see all of these like popping glitters. It's like the fireworks on the 4th of July. But the River to me is all about going and being in the flow. I love that it's got the essence of the horse. So it's kind of like, you know, what people don't realize is that horses are actually natural swimmers. So it's kind of like nobody expected you to swim. They all expected you to sink. And you're going, screw you guys. I'm going to prove you wrong every step of the way because I'm a natural swimmer. And you jumped into the flow of the river and you freaking dominated. And all the while you just laughed at them because they were stupid enough to doubt you. Who the hell would doubt you? No one, because you're committed to yourself. You're committed to your purpose, to your mission, to your goal, to your voice, to what you're doing here. And you're committed to your gifts. In whatever way that you choose to bring them forward, that's your commitment. And when you do that, like this Taurus season is really showing people like this is what commitment does. So I'm going to laugh at you all, but all you who are laughing at me are going to realize that I am 100% who I'm meant to be. And you're finally finding the joy in life. And we've got casting spells, edge of greatness. I'm going to read these for you in a minute. Recharge. Look at all this green energy and gratitude. All right. So casting spells, it says the words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. And you guys actually end on gratitude, and it goes into the throat chakra. So we're going to pop over to gratitude. And it says, I love acknowledging all the little things I am grateful for. No matter what I have going on, I always have things to be thankful for. Whenever I am feeling upset, I can fill up a page with things I appreciate. This begins to shift my mood and focus on to that which brings me joy. So the edge of greatness and recharge are literally smack dab in the middle of when you change your mentality, when you change the things that you say and the way that you say them and the way that you talk to yourself and you talk to the world, and you find this essence of gratitude. When you shift all of that, you're going to start to realize that you are literally on the edge of greatness, and the only thing that you really need to do to recharge your batteries on this point here is to step outside and take a breather, to read a book, do a crossword puzzle. For some of you, you may like crossword puzzles. Others of you, I'm actually seeing somebody putting together a puzzle. I don't have the patience for that whatsoever because I always end up missing at least one piece because I have cats and they're little like terrors. But Edge of Greatness says, the universe is opening doors for me, bringing opportunities my way. I don't crumble at the edge of my greatness. I take the opportunities that come and walk through the doors with confidence. And then we've got Recharge, which is inviting magic into my everyday life. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I am ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. So in this way, this is literally saying in Taurus season, remember that you are, that you can take a break. Remember that you can take a break. But remember that as you speak things into existence, as you speak words and affirmations and intentions into existence, those things bring you to the edge of greatness. And when you are on that edge, there is this level of fear that can come in, this tiny, tiny, tiny little sliver that can be like, are you going to jump? Are you going to jump? Are you going to jump? Because what if you fall? What if you land? What if you crash? What if you fly? What if you are successful? What if you are 100% supported in everything that you do and nothing you do is ever wrong? What if you are meant for greatness? Keep telling yourself, what if I am meant for greatness? And then say, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, guides. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Say thank you to whatever you need. If there's a rock next to you that you think is really pretty, say thank you, rock, for being so beautiful, for inspiring me to see the world in a more beautiful light. Because the more that you do that, the more that energy comes back to you. Every single thing in the world has an energetic signature. I just saw 1616, and for some reason I felt like I needed to mention that to you. Is that significant? If it is, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, every time that you interact with something beautiful, for instance, look, I had this here. My daughter was like, I'm just throwing stuff together. It's whatever. But this to me is absolutely beautiful. She painted it herself, and I find it absolutely beautiful. And so I have it in a picture frame, and I have it up on my desk. And I have it in my filming area because I love to go look, and I love to look at the colors, and I can almost, it's like it's a scrying picture for me. I can look into that square, and Spirit can show me whatever it is that I need to see, just the same as I can look into my crystal ball, and Spirit can show me whatever it is that I need to see. It's something small, it's something minuscule, but I am ever so grateful for it. I am grateful for it being in my energy. I'm grateful for it being around me. I'm grateful for the uses I find for it when it is something that somebody would just be like, oh, whatever, it's a kid drawing. No, it's not. It's something that was painted in love. It's things like that. Finding little things to be grateful for. You literally recharge your entire being. And from that moment, then you start seeing the true essence of who you are. I mean, look at the cards here that are literally telling you what is happening in Taurus season is you're literally owning who you are. Whatever it is, like whether you've made some sort of random psychic prediction that you told somebody and they told somebody else, and somehow you don't know that everybody knows that you've made this psychic prediction, and they've all been like laughing at you that you've been wrong. And then suddenly you're right. Suddenly your prediction comes true, and everybody's going, holy shit. Now what? Now what? Let me talk to you. Let me be your friend. And you just are kind of like, no, I'm going to flow my direction. Because it's like it was just that one little tiny piece of validation that you needed to know, you know what, I really am exactly who I know I am. I am who I know myself to be, and I am worthy of better. And you sent that out into the universe, and you literally are getting better. That's what you're getting. You're getting better going forward. You're getting the recognition that you deserve for being the absolute most powerful psychic ever. Like, I don't know. I've never seen, I guess I haven't been reading cards online for a long time. But usually when I'm doing card readings, I'll either get the High Priestess or the Queen of Cups. They are both very psychic cards, but they're very different psychics, for them to be together with the Knight, the King of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Strength card, these are such powerhouses. And all of them are coming together in 1 month in your life within you. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Leap into it. Come to the edge and then leap off the edge, because you have wings, you will soar. It is your time to shine, babe. It is your time to shine. And Spirit is just coming through to say, hey, it's time now. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And I know that sounds so cliche. Oh my God. I know. I feel that in my soul. But it's true. And maybe it seems like none of this could possibly all happen during Taurus season, but the more that you say that, the more you make that your truth, and now you're casting spells, and you're literally doing it to yourself. So be like, yeah, I own this. I claim this message, claim these blessings. And then don't put up expectations. Go about your life and live for you, and just let it come to you. Let it flow to you. Let yourself be seen by the world, because this spiritual slumber is over and it's your turn. It's your time. You are born to be a star. You are the star born, and it is time for you. It's time. All right, pile fours. You know what? My camera didn't mess up. We didn't have any issues. I'm so happy. You guys are awesome. I want to be your friends. Thank you so much for your energy. I am so in awe and amazed by you all. So thank you again. Thank you to Spirit, to my guides, to your guides, to our ancestors, to angels, archangels, ascended masters, and definitely to my pile fours for being here. Thank you to the higher realms for facilitating the connection. And I wish you guys all the best. If this resonated, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family, share it on social media, show everybody just how freaking awesome you actually are. Be like, hey, I'm pile 4. That's right. That's right. All right. All right, pile 4s. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell up in the corner so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, because it's all like this all the time. And then I will see you soon. Go down and check in my description box. You'll see links to my 2 books. They're available on Amazon, Kindle Unlimited. And my 3rd book, Something Spiritually Catchy, will be out shortly. We are just about done with the editing phase and about to go into the final publication phases. So that is super, super exciting. I'm really excited, you guys. And then, yeah, I'm super excited for my new book. And then I will keep you guys updated when that comes out. Also, in the description box, there is a link to my program, Breaking Boundaries, Finding Freedom. Sorry. Breaking Boundaries, Finding Freedom. And there is a discount code for 50% off. It is a fantastic program. It helps you break free of all your self-limiting beliefs. It helps you really step in and own your own power, own your own purpose, but also to strip away the masks of who you are for everybody else and who everybody says you are, and really helps shift and change your belief system into your truth and your actual greatness. By all means, if that interests you, share it out with your friends and family. That would be great. And there are links down in my description box as well to donate to the channel. And I want to say thank you so much to everybody who donated and continues to donate on a regular basis. You guys are rock stars, and you keep this channel going. You keep me afloat, and I am so ever so grateful. You guys really, my heart is so full by you, and I am so thankful. So thank you. If you are interested in donating, you can check the link in the description box. If anybody attaches their name to the donation, I will absolutely give you a personal shout out on my channel. So I want to say thank you one more time. You guys are amazing. You make me you bring such happiness and joy into my life to be able to sit here and do this and read these cards for you and share these messages and share these moments. You guys are so amazing. So thank you. I will see you guys all in my next video. Have a kick-ass Taurus season. Mwah. I love you. Bye.